There is something magical about wearing a piece of clothing that one earns over time. 20 years ago, I discovered the hakama had 7 pleats to remind me of the 7 virtues of Buddha. At that time, I had earned the privilege of wearing a hakama. It was akin to having the privilege to drive. Within that privilege came the responsibility to act and move within those 7 principles of excellence. 7 years later, I challenged those virtues within myself and took an unknown path into the abyss of a chaotic, physical, spiritual, and emotional world. Throughout the years, I have worn out my pleats, my virtues, and my drive to persevere towards excellence. At some point those pleats became feeble, the color faded away, and so did my idealistic virtues. Sun faded, stretched out, torn up and patched up twice, washed up cold, warm, and hot one too many times, while being hung up to dry in a harsh wind and rolled up like an old pair of love-worn jeans. My hakama was still in better shape than I was. Every time I step into the hakama and begin to wrap the obi across my hara, I feel the ties of the belt filling in fissures. This kintsugi process begins the malleability of my body, mind, and spirit, cascading down over again, letting the momentum of life carry me back upstream, only to find another overhang. Today, as I approach the edge of my solar return, transitioning into another cyclical spiral of life, a new hakama has begun to unfold. This hakama carries the name of ViiHoshi Kokoro, a cue to follow my heart under the guidance of the stars. As I lay the old and new hakama side by side into a gentle cold wash, the cycle begins. A mystical dance between yin and yang occurs as the izomi from the fresh hakama revitalizes the stale one. The dance continues, and the time-worn hakama, rejuvenated by the infused indigo dye, transmutes a new hakama with 20 years of wisdom. Upon completion of this spiral dance, each hakama emerges anew, and I, with so-she wonder, will I too become anew?